Growing up, I was not a strong writer. I could not spell to save my life. If I were given the word TV, I would sound out the whole word and add in my own extra letters when it was only two simple letters, T and V. Being a bad speller led to me be a bad writer as well. I was never good at writing papers, and I'm still not good at writing them today. High school was really difficult for me. I was very outgoing and didn't really put time aside for studying. Being an athlete didn't help much either. I was more focused on my performance on the field than I was on my performance on a test. I never really had a good English teacher until my sophomore year at Dorman High School, Mrs. Mays. She was always so hard on us because she wanted us to succeed and not fail. Someone being there to push me to excel made me realize that people actually care where I go in life. Junior year was one of my hardest years. I found out I had chronic anxiety. At first, I did not understand why my heart would beat rapidly fast or why I would get a heat flash, chilling sensation throughout my body and feel sick to my stomach as my body shook for no reason. I was a people person, outgoing and athletic. I was not one to shy away and hide. I was fearless. Due to my anxiety, I could not sit still at my desk. I always had to go to the nurse, and after a while, teachers said it was getting old. I started missing school. It was taking me over. I had nothing to turn to. The worst part was the look on my loved ones' faces, like they just didn't understand what I was going through. Doctors suggested I go see a therapist to try and talk my nerves down, but I wasn't one to share my feelings with some random person, and I was afraid of what people would think of me if they found out. Well, one day I decided to go to the library. I was never interested in books, and I did not really understand why I decided to go there. As I was browsing, I picked up a book called What Happened to Cass McBride by Gail Giles. I opened up the book to the first page, not expecting anything life-changing or magical to happen, but I found myself getting so into the story that I could not put it back on the shelf. As I was reading, I realized my anxiety had magically gone away. It was like my own little getaway. Senior year rolled along, and the anxiety was still there, just not as bad. My GPA at this point was a 2.6, and neither my parents nor I was happy about it. My dad always pushed me to do better in school, to be more like my older brother who excelled at everything he did. I did not operate like him though. I was an athlete and he was not. Having to deal with games, practices, tests, and homework and anxiety was a lot to handle. One day after lacrosse practice, one of my teammates invited me to go to her church. I was Catholic and church was never really exciting to me because of how strict it was. Well, I took her up on her offer and went. Her church was non-denominational and it was out of this world. Entering the building of New Spring Church was unlike anything I had ever experienced. Everyone was so loud and cheerful, giving high fives and hellos at the door. As we walked further into the building, a band was playing. There were smoke machines, flashing lights, and everyone was worshiping the sound of Jesus Christ. At the end of the service, the pastor announced that anyone who did not have a Bible to please go to guest services and pick up a free one. I felt so a part of the church for just going from one night. I practically ran to guest services. I wanted so bad to be closer to our Savior. I had such an amazing feeling as I left that night. When I got home, I went straight to my room and opened up my Bible. The things I was reading gave me the feelings of hope once again. I knew that I could overcome anything in my life, even my anxiety. Reading may not be for everyone. It may not be your first choice when you're at home one day with nothing to do, but it can change your life. At least it did for me. And although my anxiety is still a big part of my daily struggles, I know I have something that will help me escape from it. My name is Caelynn, and thank you for watching.